Find out how to go from this to this. Want to wet it first a little bit and then squeeze the extra water out. Now I use Sephora for my foundation, and you can tell I've used quite a bit of it. So you want to make sure you apply it to the back of your hand, and then dab it with a beauty blender, and then apply it to your entire face. And like I said, the beauty blender is wet a little bit, so it makes for a better coverage of the foundation. And I want to make sure that there's an even coverage and it doesn't look like the line stops at my jaw. So I apply it evenly all the way down my chin. Next, I get the concealer. This is a Fenty brand. And I will put the concealer on the back of my hand as well. And then I have a couple of dark spots on my nose, so I dab it. I dab those spots, but I also apply the concealer under my eyes. By doing that on a mature skin, it just helps take a few years off. And you can see it shaping up even before I put anything else on my eye. And you want to dab it and work it in, and pretty soon what you'll do is you'll feel the heat from your finger against your skin, and it just helps work in the concealer better. And I want to make sure that it's worked in pretty well because I don't want it to look creased and caked on. Next, I get another beauty blender, completely different from the one I use for my foundation. I also wet that with water and squeeze the extra water out. And then I dab my face powder with that beauty blender and then work on top of the concealer all the way around my eyes. And that stops it from getting that creased, caked on concealer look. And my face powder is also a Sephora brand. And you can tell just by this application, you can tell I'm already looking younger. So after I've done that, I get a brush and then just continue to apply the face powder over the foundation all around my face. And it gives it a better coating. It gives it a smoother finish. Now, I'm someone who has a lot of moles, so I'm not going to cover all my moles, but it gives me a good coverage to where I don't have any dark marks on my face. And then next, I have a stencil that I use for my eyebrows so that it is perfect each time. And so I have the eyebrow And so I dab it with a brush, and then this is from Black Radiance. And then I use the stencil, because as you can tell, I don't have that much of an eyebrows. So I use the stencil and then I work it in. I color it in. And by using a stencil, it's perfect each time. First time around. And then I do it to the next side, the other side. Now what you can do is clean off the stencil. This stencil comes from e.l.f. and they have several of them in a packet for only about $1. You can get that at a Walmart or anywhere e.l.f. products are sold. Then this is going to come out the way I want it as well. That way I'm not trying to figure out how to do it right. And I particularly choose this stencil because it's arched. I don't want the square look. I just want it to be more of a natural look. The next thing, then I get my eyeliner, and I don't start from the inside of my eye. I leave maybe about 1/4 of an inch. And then I don't want to apply it to where it's too thick on the bottom, so I'm working on the inside of my eye. And then I extend it to have a little bit of a tail because you want to give yourself that little bit of a facelift. And then next I'm going to go on the top of the lid, the eyelid. And then when I get to that tail, I pretty much am going to fill it in a triangular form so that it gives me that facelift. And I do the same thing for the other side. And I found out really it does not have to be perfect. As long as I have it extended and colored in a triangle, it seems to give me the look that I want. And you can tell already I'm looking younger by what I put on so far. I do not have false lashes because I just want to enhance what I have. Next is the mascara. So I'm going to apply it on the bottom lashes first. And then when I apply it on the top, I work it, I curl it out first, and then I start brushing on it from the bottom up. And that helps me get a good coverage. Same thing for the other side, curl it up and then work from the bottom to coat it. And then I try to clean off any extra, maybe dark mascara stains that might be on my eyelid. Then I get the concealer again and I line underneath my eyebrows so that it would be perfect. I don't believe in doing on top of the brow because a lot of people do that with the bottom and the top, and then it seems like the eyebrow is just sticking out in between these two shiny lines, and to me it's not natural. So I would dab it on the bottom and then with my finger I'll work it through. Because I'm not wearing eyeshadow, that little concealer trick in making the eyebrow stand out just gives me that it gives the illusion that I have eyeshadow on. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Then next, I use a base, like a shiny base lipstick that I also got from Black Radiance. I would not wear this lipstick by itself, but I use it as a base first, and then next I will apply whatever color lipstick I'm using. In this case, it's the Shorty Fenty brand. and I'll apply that at the outer part of my lip, and then I'll work it in. And what it does is just gives me that shine on the inside of the lips, and it gives that two-tone, and it just sets it off beautifully. And pretty much I'm not putting contour on tonight. I'm not putting eyeshadow on, so I just need to fix my hair and we're done. And it's taken about 10 years off of me.